Hot Facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. The gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. 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 Hey. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hey. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Sit back, relax, and listen. Come on. Get these hot facts. K-Reese 007 for Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Thank you for tuning in. Hot facts, hot facts. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Hot Facts. Ooh, I think I told you guys that the brand new year, I told you I have different plans. Go do this Saturday morning wake up. Go do something bright and early in the morning. Think it's time to incorporate a morning show to Hot Facts. Think I might just do it once. Just do it on Saturdays. Just do the Saturday morning wake up as early as 5:55 Pacific Standard Time through 6 something right now, and we're gonna do this thing right now. I feel like yesterday was such a tough day. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today too. Saturday morning wake up, I'll try to incorporate a little bit of everything. Try to make sure that if you are on the road driving, you can listen to some real good talk, real good stuff. Real good stuff means it's filled up, it's wrapped up in a wrap or a burrito, something like that. You know what I mean? But we are going to be doing this bright and early. Going to do this on Saturday morning wake up. Go wake y'all up. I feel that yesterday was a tough day, at least in the gig world, not for every other job. If you had to work Amazon or any of the warehouses, shipping and receipt receiving was probably still going on. They alternate the holidays on which crew is on, which crew is off. But if you were in the gig world, yesterday was an extremely difficult day, especially if you were delivering in the daytime. Bohemian Monkey, people, you see it up there. I left it up there the whole time. Big shout out. Good morning. Right back at you. If you worked in the daytime, the morning time, it was, well, the early morning was okay. But once it got like 10, let's say about 9:30 a.m., 9:45 a.m., it was dead for the drivers. Reason being, I spoke about this a little bit yesterday. We had a lot of drivers that they are veterans, so they were taking advantage of every free meal that they get to every place. So even though every place looked busy, it was a lot of free meals going on and things like that. And the people that were going to the places, they, if you order, you don't get that free meal online. But if you go to the place, so there were a lot of waitresses and waiters who made a lot of money, but the delivery driver on Veterans Day, that switches, and it's like that. We have certain days where it in the morning time, even the grocery orders, because everyone did their thing to get ready for Veterans Day for the ones who know that it's too busy and they do their thing. So even with the grocery pickups, it was tough. But this happens every year. As a driver, and you've been driving for multiple years like me since 2015, the beginning of 2015, if you've been driving since then, you understand that there are certain holidays where you have to schedule and drive. I tried to just get out there and see what it was going to do, because we do have the Air Force Base right down the way. And I wanted to know if, because of COVID and everything, if more drivers or more people that are veterans, excuse me, were going to stay at home and then order. But no, they had shuttles to take the veterans over to the restaurants, and they had everything set up for the veterans. It was all set up. So so it was a difficult day for anyone in the daytime. Now, if you live in a military town or around a military town, you know exactly what I am talking about. Um, because that's where you'll see the most action. If you don't, you don't. And you'll normally get people who are going to do some little barbecue or something like that. And then if they just run out of something, they'll call you to go ahead to do a delivery. So Veterans Day is a day that drivers should mark on their calendar for every single year. If you are a brand new driver and you just got in, let's say this is your first year, you don't know, because you've never done multiple years to know how it works. So just know that Veterans Day, okay, any day when a veteran can get a free meal and they are acknowledged, the restaurants are swamped with those guys going in. Because check this out, they waste a lot of money on the drivers who don't even bring them their food because they think they ain't go tip them nothing. But that's another thing right there. I'm going to bring up a little story right now. Okay. There's a delivery driver who was he was caught, and the delivery driver was caught with drugs. So, Saturday morning wake up. Some people wake and bake, some people shake and bake. This dude got baked. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Found drugs inside of his delivery truck. This happened at Thank you. Tracking crime now. An Alabama man is spending the night in Tennessee jail after a school resource officer found drugs inside of his delivery truck. This happened at Swanee Elementary School in Franklin County. News 2's Kenley Hargett explains how a whiff of marijuana might have led to this suspect's last delivery.
The SRO officer who caught the suspect is being called a hero, as he not only protected kids, but kept them safe out of harm's way.
The thank yous and good jobs, and they even said that that SRO Alexander deserved a medal.
This morning, school resource officer Josh Alexander was doing what he does every morning, greeting the students at Swanee Elementary School. That's when he smelled something coming from the produce delivery truck that didn't seem right.
A delivery truck came onto the property, which is not uncommon. But when the delivery truck drove past him, he smelled the odor of marijuana coming from the truck. And SRO Alexander followed up. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Sergeant Davidson says Officer Alexander asked the driver if drugs were in the truck. The driver said yes, and then he searched the vehicle. Inside was 7.6 ounces of a substance they believe is fentanyl, 9 ounces of marijuana, a loaded handgun, and $4,463 in cash. The suspect arrested is 35-year-old Christopher James Duncan of Huntsville, Alabama. Deputies believe he was delivering produce to disguise himself selling drugs. Before he delivered produce to Sewanee Elementary School, he had already stopped by Cowan Elementary and Huntland School. All produce has since been thrown away. Sergeant Davidson says this arrest shows the value of having SRO officers at every Franklin County school.
Our Sheriff Tim Fuller, understands the importance of school resource officers. He was the first in the area to put a school resource officer in every school. That was in 2013, right after Sandy Hook. And he values that position, went to bat for it, and fought to get it.
The suspect will remain in the county jail facing several charges. Reporting in Franklin County, Kenley Hargett, News 2.
You guys know that this is Hot Facts, and not only do I bring you the gossip and the what's going on with the gig world, I bring you also the real news. You know, people disguised as delivery drivers shooting people, delivery drivers saving lives. I do all of the real articles also. There is not a syndicate here. Everyone who comes on Hot Facts, who is Team Hot Facts, you are independently able to go ahead and bring in your own articles and your own stories to bring them up. The narrative that I have here for the Hot Facts chat channel is that everyone can bring something in and we can learn from it. That's my narrative. You can never change that. By the way, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, okay? Give me those thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. It makes sure that you guys know that there is something good going on Hot Facts. Subscribe to get notified. Also share the live stream. Make sure you do that every single time, okay? That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. But check this out. This guy got caught with drugs in a delivery truck. Now, this goes out for everyone that's not even a delivery driver. If you are a customer or anything, how many times have you come out to someone bringing you off a package and the whole car reeked? And you're like, wow. How about if you have seen Good Morning Kevin Hawthorne all the way from Lakeland, Florida? People, go ahead and check my main man out. He'll take care of you out there. He's been on all the news channels and everything. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. We got to understand, people. You've been out there and you walked out to a car and someone reeked, like, and then you've seen the bong or whatever it is that they have that is making them like just go wild like that. And then some people have never complained. And here's a crazy twist on that. Think about all of the people that you have seen delivered to you as a customer, and you're like, there's something weird. The whole car smelled like booze and alcohol and all this other stuff. You don't know. They probably had weight in the trunk, and they'll probably go ahead and drop it off. But do you know the percentage of people that have reported that? And not only did they report that to, okay, not only did they report that to the delivery company, but some people have actually called the police and they have stopped something crazy from happening. People are using delivery drivers to stalk people and go and rape them and do all these other things. I put up videos and articles about those things that happen also. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I put up things like that also to show people all of the things that happen. And yeah, which brings me into this. I was on a channel last night, and we were talking about manhood, and we were talking about how, you know, we can, you know, the young boys and how the community was, how, the kids now they're suing their parents. They're doing all these things. And back in the day, it was a community. Like if I got in trouble, I got in trouble at, my neighbor's house, and then they told my parents, and then I got in trouble again when I got home. It's not like that. But we got into this thing about, because now the whole world has changed, right? The whole world has changed. We'll get into the driver stealing the kitten too. The whole world has changed, right? We have mothers that will go to custody court to keep a kid away from a parent and turn that kid into the opposite sex to be same sex as them, just to make someone else mad. It's crazy these days. We have it to where we have people that feel like they should have had a child that was better, so they make them perform with the girls. That's the same thing, vice versa. We have the world where you can be a gay woman and portray a man all the way, but when you do 100% of everything like a man, and then you get knocked out by a man, then they say they're a woman. We have that stuff going on too. Check the news, people. All this stuff happens. We have traps and speed bumps all over the place. But the main thing was, should you say something if you think something is going on? Should you say something if you think something is going on? And the conversation went into snitching. They were saying that in the Black community, there's too much violence going on and everyone is against each other and what needs to happen. And everyone was saying the same thing. It starts in the home. We got to teach and do all these other things, right? So I brought up this interesting thing, this interesting fact and statement. I said, how many of you guys know about Charleston White? For those of you who don't know, Charleston White went to jail for murder when he was like 14 or 15 or something like that in Texas, Fort Worth area. He went in there, got out, and he changed his life to be, he says, a complete citizen. He tells on people. If you do anything, he's gonna tell on you. And he says that's the first part on what you should do to make things right. And then he says it's in the home. If you're not teaching the kids anything, then what? So I brought up Charleston White, right? And once I brought him up, they said, oh, you like Charleston White? I said, I like him for certain things. They said, oh, he's a snitch. He's a snitch. I said, this is the problem that we have with people right now. This is the problem that we have with people right now, especially in the Black community. You have someone that they say that you go for rehabilitation, and when you make your vlogs and your videos, you go because you made some money. You say that you have been rehabilitated. This is someone that went in there and is showing what rehabilitation looks like. But here's the thing. He did tell on people. And there's a code on the street that says that you don't tell. So we had a couple scenarios where they said, would you tell on this, tell on that? I'll bring some of those up here. There's a code that says that you don't tell. But if you are a civilian, they say it is A-okay for you to tell, right? It's A-okay. So this is where the community comes in. Charleston White says that the homes have to be taught and they have to teach the children. If they're in a bad area, they have to move. If they don't, they're going to just do the same thing over and over. We went into all of that. So here's where the community thing came, because I said, look, that's where the separation is. You guys said he snitched, so you don't like him. But I'm highlighting the things he's saying that we are all saying on what we should do. They all start shaking their head. I said, that is the problem in the Black community. The minute you hear something, bam. So this is where these other scenarios popped in. Good morning, Sal. I know Charleston White did his thing. Look, Charleston White did his thing. Look, I'm saying. He is what they say the rehabilitation system is and what God says you can do to go ahead and do. But we all know the stigma on doing the things that he did, especially telling, which is why they brought up these scenarios. I was in a room with all New York dudes. The channel was super huge. I put it up in my community post, let you guys know what I'm on. You can go ahead and click on when I was there. It's in my community post, and you can see exactly what we were talking about. But we had some scenarios. They said, what if the community knows that this little kid is wild? He breaks into cars. They heard he rapes girls. He does it over and over again. Are you snitching if you tell them that, look, we know about this is what he does. Come and get this kid. Or do you say it's none of my business and you just let them keep doing the same thing over and over again? Are you snitching if you go ahead and do that? There were some guys on the panel that said, yes, we just leave them alone. Well, if you just leave them alone, you are going to let them commit those crimes that they were committing. So what good are you to your community if you were going to let this happen? Okay. I got more to this. It also went into, let's say, let's bring this scenario up. And this was on there yesterday. What if you yourself are just out someplace and some random dude does something and the police tie you in with him? Do you tell on him? There were a lot of dudes that said that because of how DNA is now and everything, you are going to be able to go to jail and get out, and the most you will be gone is like 2 to 3 years. I was like, who's trying to risk 2 or 3 years of your life? Who's trying to risk 2 or 3 years of your life like that? I'm not telling them. I don't even know him. Then somebody said, well, if it's my man's and I'm with my man and I know that he did something and I didn't know he was, like, I saw him do it, I'm not going to tell. I'm just going to ride it out with him. No matter if it said you were going to go to jail for 20 years, they said they are going to ride that out with him. I said, all right. So then we had other dudes hop in there and said, what? First scenario, I don't know the dude. They tie me in. This is what I said. That person is grass. He's grass. I'm not even, they go not even hint. I don't look. I was over here getting the pizza. I didn't even see. What I saw the man just go wild. I had nothing to do with that. I was over here getting the pizza and somehow you guys tied me in. I'm not about to go sit in a jail cell for a certain amount of time for them to prove forensics and videotape and all this just to say that there is a code there. I'm not, if I don't know you at all, if I'm standing in a random place and I don't know you at all and you do something wild and they try to tie me in with you, your ass is grass. I'm sorry. Your ass is grass. I'm sorry. Your ass is grass. That's not happening. Now, if you are out someplace with, in New York, they say your man's. And one of the New York dudes said he was from out here. Well, he's from out there, but he comes out here. He's been out here. He said he's been to Louis Burgers. He told me exactly where it was. That's on camera too. Go ahead and check that out. But they said, what if you are with your mans and them, and your mans do something and they gaffle you up because y'all all rode together? You go tell? First of all, here's what's going to happen. A, they pick me up. We came here to get something to eat, and I was ordering food. That's all I know about anything. That's all I know. Outside of that, you can't. You know why you can't? because we have drill music, we have kill music. If you don't check in, you get murdered. You get all this stuff, and then your family ends up being on TV. So you say, dang, yeah, that's as much as I'm going to say. They came and picked me up. We went to go get something to eat, and that's all I know. I don't know nothing else. That's it. That's it. Because we have people that are trying to live through, it's like they're trying to do like Al Capone in them era in the 2022s, which means that they are just reckless. Chicago is reckless, people. I will not visit Chicago. If I can be on the water, go around some restaurants, I'm not just trying to, and all these dudes doing these hood vlogs, I get it. In Chicago, a hood vlog and trying to show certain areas. Now, I know that where the Polish people are, you can go do a food vlog and go to certain restaurants, but there's certain places you are just not going just because it's Chirac out there. Now, LA has a whole different thing now. If you are a rapper, you come out here, whoo, ooh, LA, man, LA is known as a hot spot right now. It's known as a hot spot. Okay, a hot spot. It's really known as a hot spot right now, and that's what it is. And if rappers come out here, it's known that rappers will get shot and they will get robbed. There's a lot of rappers who are refusing to come over to, to do shows over here. And it's crazy, but they are living an image that they are trying to, hey, you come here, we got to be gangster and get you. It don't matter what you do. I don't know if you guys heard about, the Kyrie Irving thing, and then we got Kanye West going and saying some things and speaking his mind the way he does. And because Kanye West speaks his mind and does what he does, we have people that who literally, and this is what I mean, we have people out there that feel they are bigger than what they are, and they can make people do all of these other things. And what I'm saying is here, I'm about to add him too. Let me see, Swifty Blue. All right. Swifty Blue is a rapper that doesn't have anything really, like he just caught a little light, and what he is doing is he has said that he doesn't want to do work with blacks and all this other stuff, and he's from my city, but he's done songs with dudes from my neighborhood where I grew up in. But he says he's institutionalized, but he's never been to the pen. He's just been to the county a couple times. Everybody's been to the county a couple times. That don't mean you're institutionalized. He feels that because he did a song with Kodak Black, because one of his boys knew Kodak Black and they did a song, that he's on top of the world. Now he's going on camera and he's telling people that you cannot come and do shows in LA unless you check in with us and all this other stuff. This is a problem that we have, people. But the media perpetrates this and puts it out there. So you got to understand that. What we were talking about, the snitching and all this other stuff going on, he gave up politics about what happens in jail, and people were calling him a snitch. So now we got to talk about snitching. What is snitching? you know, and so we talked about that. Then we got the real hard people out there saying that we have to do this other stuff and do this and all that. Then you got this dude, Kanye West has like $6 billion. Swifty Blue probably has like $48,000. Not saying that the dollars in your brain mean anything, because your brain can just close that gap real quick. But when you tell someone that has $6 billion that they cannot come to LA anymore, there's something going on with your own psychological process that is not cool. And I understand you say you're trying to do whatever it is with the culture and all this other stuff, but that's Kanye West. Kanye West can buy your whole street and take your mom off of that street. Kanye West can go ahead and work with the police and do raids in your hood the whole time. Telling someone they cannot come to LA is crazy. And I don't know what made you get that you could say those things. Did you know that he has kids that are part Kardashian kids, and the Kardashians helped O.J. Simpson get off and everything? Don't you know the power that runs in all of that? He's got somebody up there saying, I just signed with Adidas. No one cares if you just signed with Adidas. You don't got $6 billion. And your kids are not part of the biggest $1 billion family that helps run LA. I understand this had to be just you trying to get more viewers, because they take you off of Instagram all the time because of your content. This has to be to get more viewers. But this is the problem. Now, I'm black, he's brown. But people, you got to understand this. The problems that I talked about, that we were talking about in the black community about teaching and everything, it happens the exact same way in the Hispanic community also. Okay, listen to this. He is doing exactly what the other dudes who we are trying to teach to not do, but he is doing the same thing in his realm. They're more militant on how they run their game. You know, there's certain things I'm not going to get into any of that. That's not my business there. But at the same time, he's doing the freedom that he has, he's using it to do it in something wrong. And that's the problem. It don't matter if it's black. It don't matter if it's brown. It don't matter if you grew up in a hick town and your family is the Klan and skinheads. It's the same thing. Don't matter if you grow up in certain parts of Africa, let's say Nigeria, where the rebels are, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing in Sri Lanka. It's going to be the same thing in New Guinea. It's going to be the same thing in Tonga and Samoa. It's going to be the same thing in the Philippines. They have concentration camps in China for people who are just Muslim. It's going to be the same thing. But there is something that we all must do to change this stuff, because it is getting buck wild. This whole generation, you really can't trust people's kids' parents. I got tests that I do. Once I figure out what kid it is, because you know, you let the kids play. The kids play because they play. They play together. Figure out what the parents are, and the parents don't know that they're under a quiz. You got certain questions to see if your kid runs your household and what goes on, and because you can't do that stuff these days, man. You got people that are afraid to say something, people that are afraid to look, and people that will take everything from the crook to the book. Saturday morning, wake up. Saturday morning, wake up with Hot Facts with Robert Reese, 6:44 Pacific Standard Time right now. Hot Facts is much more than a brand. It is the truth behind what you stand for. Salivate on that. Now let's get to this. Hold up. Hold up. Where is it? Someone tried to steal a kitten. Where did it go? Someone tried to steal a kitten. Where did the kitty cat go? Here it is. Let me go ahead and put this up. Let me see. Let's go ahead and watch this driver steal a cat. While this thing loads up, I don't know where it went. It was just here. I don't know where it went. Let me go ahead and go back on that again. Let me hit it. And where the hell did it go? I don't know. I don't know where it went. It was just here. It went away. So what I'll do is I'll copy that. I'll go onto YouTube and see if I can pull it up here. Let's see. Bam, got it. Now let's go watch it here.
Help after they believe an Amazon driver took off with their kitten earlier this week.
13 on your side's Keely Lovern talked to the family, police, and Amazon.
On Monday night, Gabriel Miller came home to her kids saying,
"Mom, we can't find Shadow anywhere."
Shadow is their 10-week-old kitten.
They were crying. I'm hoping nothing got her.
A few hours later, her husband looked through their outdoor surveillance video.
He came back in and he said, "You're not going to believe this." I'm not sure what happened, but you can see the cat was right there next to the Amazon driver. And when they left, it's nowhere in the driveway. So she backs out of the driveway. There's no kitten anywhere. You can see her back into the other film. And then she drives off down the driveway.
Gabriel says Shadow is a very friendly cat and always greeting people, plus excited when the family is home.
Our barn cats are all very, very friendly. She proceeds to walk back out. You can see the kitten running after her.
That's why she felt something was strange when Shadow went missing after the package was delivered.
And you can see her bend down and pick up the kitten because it was down by the back side of the car over there. She walks over, and instead of bringing the cat over by the front porch where she found it, she put the kitten down, kind of looks like she told it to stay, and then proceeds to climb in the passenger side of her van.
The Amazon driver also left a picture of their delivered package, and in the photo is the kitten.
I would think that the Amazon driver, at the end of the day, when you're driving down the road and the cat comes crawling up, you would know where the last stop was because they took a picture of it. We did, think of all the scenarios of jumping in the car, or even if an accident happened, if it got run over, you would find it in our driveway, or the cameras would have caught the Amazon driver running the cat over.
Gabriel says she had been reaching out to Amazon since Monday night, and after several days of back and forth, still had no luck.
I spoke with somebody at first. They were like, "Oh, we're sorry to hear your package didn't successfully." And I said, "No, my cat is no longer here. This is a live animal. This isn't a damaged package."
It wasn't until 13 on Your Side reached out to Amazon Thursday afternoon that Gabriel said she heard back from them, telling her they are launching an investigation.
And I guess I'm just more concerned that if you're willing to take someone's kitten, what is the driver going to do next? I just want to make sure that the cat is okay and that something didn't happen to it, and that hopefully my kids could get their kitten back.
Reporting in Fruitport, Keely Lovern, 13 on Your Side.
Okay, I got something to say about this one. What if the delivery driver did run over the cat and they didn't know? They would see guts on the tires, stuff would be on there. They didn't go ahead and do all that. This person is going to make this driver get suspended for no reason at all, because check this out. That was a little kitten. And by the way it looks from what their home is, looks like you could have hawks. Come on now. You could have hawks, big ass crows, ravens. You could even have a coyote or a bobcat sitting there just watching that little cat. And they came and swooped. What if an owl came and swooped up that cat? Okay. Why are they not bringing in Mother Nature? That is a kitten. That is fair play for everything out there. A hawk can come pick that thing up and carry that. A red-tailed hawk is picking that little kitten up and leaving. And leaving. That's what's going to happen. I think this lady was ridiculous for blaming that on the delivery driver, because her animal was a kitten that runs out, and obviously they were not paying attention to the kitten. Most kittens are not going outside unless they are in a controlled area with the mom cat. Okay? There's people that build like chicken coops surrounding with chicken wire because they know they have hawks that sit up there, and they'll come down and take those kittens just like that. I watch it all the time where I live. So what I'm saying is this. How can you blame that on a delivery driver when Mother Nature, that thing is so small? That little cat was so small. It's getting scooped up. That was not that delivery driver's fault. I'm sorry. That was not that delivery driver's fault. At least that's what I think myself. Everything is not put on delivery drivers. Pay attention to your own cat, and you will be A-okay. All right, so we got one right here. It says, pizza customer grabs delivery driver. Drunk driver causes vehicle to crash on I-480. Brook Park Police. Okay, let's go ahead and share this. A delivery driver for Marco's Pizza called police at about 6:30 p.m. October 28th. Okay, and said he was assaulted at a customer's house on West 149th. The driver said she was delivering pizza to the house when the man, 92, invite 92. Damn, 92? Ain't no way in the world this dude can assault anyone at 92. Invited her inside. She declined the invitation. The man grabbed her arm and tried to pull her in. At 92, if he tried to pull and you yank back, he was probably going to break his shoulder or his elbows. She yanked her arm away and escaped. Just like I said, police turned the case over to a prosecutor who will decide whether to charge the man. All right. So there you go. That's crazy right there. Now let's get into this. Okay. And that said disturbance. That was disturbance. We're going to get into this next one. That was disturbance. 92-year-old man, the woman said. So, all right. Operating a vehicle under the influence, Interstate 480 and West 139th Street. An intoxicated Cleveland man, 36, was arrested at about 6 p.m. on October 27th after he crashed his own car on I-480 eastbound near West 139th Street. The man's car rear-ended another car. The driver of the other car sustained minor injuries, okay, but was not taken to the hospital. The man smelled like alcohol and his speech was slurred. Now, let me tell you guys this. There is no way you can smell alcohol. The police officers know that when they go through their training, there is no way to smell alcohol. Alcohol has no smell. They can assume and make you say, but there is no way that alcohol has a smell. They go through a training through the whole nation, and alcohol has no smell, and they know that. So just know that, just in case you're in a tough one. All right, I'm I'm gonna leave the rest of that there. I just wanted to get into the pizza driver. Okay. I just wanted to get into the pizza driver who was grabbed by the 92-year-old man. And you know, I'm like, at 92, people, you got to understand osteoporosis, all of that stuff. Anything with osteo, they have brittle bones. At 92, there's no way he's grabbing you with force and doing like he can't do it. You just doing something as subtle as this will break that man's bones. They gave that to a prosecutor. The prosecutor will probably figure out that the man he has dementia or something else like that, and he probably didn't even know. What if the man was blind? We don't know. We don't know anything like that. But people, delivery drivers, keep yourself safe when you're out there. It's 6:55. I'm finna hit this road and go up there and get busy. Keep yourself safe. Okay? And stop blaming delivery drivers for everything. Swifty Blue. I'm from Paramount, man. I'm just telling you this, man. It's like talking like, all right, if you are Magic, Kobe, Jordan, Larry Bird, Shaq, Will, if you are any of them, your name cannot be Keith Kloss, and you are telling them that they have to check in with you. It don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. You got to reevaluate some things, man. You gotta reevaluate some things, man. And man, I should put up real videos right now showing the video shot over there off Paramount and Artesia, off of Bispo and all this other stuff. And I can go to LBJ's and get something to eat, and I'll go over there to my spot on Alondra. Over on Alondra and Orange, we can go over there to Alondra and Orange. We can take the A. We got the Tams. We got all of that. Ain't nobody go sit up here and try to just tell Kanye West he can't come to LA no more and even do a show. His security will wipe your security out. His security will make all the gangsters run. His security will make all the gangsters run. All the gangsters will run. Because they got real bullets. Their cars are all bulletproof. They are set up like they are going to be taking somebody in the Middle East, and they're a militia crew, and they're paid mercenaries. All their stuff is hooked up. All their stuff is hooked up. Kanye West ain't got to check in with nobody, man. He ain't got to check in with nobody, man. Because check this out. He ain't got to go party with people. Once he does a show, he's doing a show at the arenas, which means where the celebrities and the athletes who play for the teams park, they park down below. And you're never going to know when they're going to leave because they're going to be under so many cars. That's an entourage. You ain't going to do nothing. So don't tell Kanye West that he cannot come to LA anymore. That was just the most bogus thing I have heard the whole weekend. Saturday morning wake up, people. It's more than just gig news. We're talking about real stuff. This is Hot Facts with Robert Reese. And check this out. We out of here. Now listen to my theme music, people. We go.
Hot Facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot